Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Sharing my thoughts on this quarter scale Michael Myers figure statue from the original Halloween movie, and I believe it's made by PCS Collectibles and it's being distributed through Sideshow. And I've had quite a few messages about this piece, just people wanted to know my thoughts on it, so here we go. I guess for the exclusive version you're going to get a bloody knife. I'm not too sure what else you get. Maybe you get a different kind of pumpkin as well. But main thing I want to do here is have a look at the coveralls and the mask and the hair and the proportions and the base and see what this thing has to say for itself. Well, not much because it's Michael Myers. But yeah, real hair on this one, which I like. The actual sculpt of the mask looks really good to me. Very good sculpt on the mask. The colour of the coveralls is pretty decent. I'll always judge them now from the scene in daylight in the movie where he's outside the school gates and he grabs the kid by the shoulders, and we get a really good look in the natural light at the colour of those coveralls. And these look good, but maybe a little bit darker, a bit more charcoal grey would be what I'd like to see, but they're pretty good. Here's the pumpkin. Light up feature, it seems. A very accurate looking pumpkin. Now at the back of the hair here, I doubt that's going to look like that when you take it out of the box, especially with the horns and stuff, so I guess you're going to have to do that yourself. They might provide a little tube of, I was going to say lube, but I'll say gel. They might provide some kind of product for you to mess with the hair and get it looking like that. The colour of the hair, yeah, it's alright. It's not really 100% accurate as far as the colour goes. Obviously the Captain Kirk mask had kind of blonde hair and then they sprayed it, kind of misted it with a black spray. That's more of a kind of Halloween 2 kind of hair colour to me. But I think it's a great looking piece. I would get it if I had a lot of spare money. I'd consider it. It's about $450, I believe. And this will sell out pretty quick. Now there, the coveralls look a really good colour. I think they've done a good job with the coveralls. I can't say anything bad about those. They look pretty damn good to me. And I do like that mask, and I like the way they've kind of blacked out the eyes. They are there, and we don't really get a close-up look. At least I couldn't find a picture where they're showing us a real good look at the eyes inside the mask. So, one fist, his left hand will fisted it up, and the right hand holds onto the knife. Proportions, we'll get a better look at the proportions in a few shots coming up here, where it focuses more on the base. Now, as the base, sort of as you go around it, you'll get this kind of iconic little, it's almost like a kind of silent movie kind of still images. I like those. They have that kind of sepia tone to them. I love the base, the way it's kind of done, like the wood of the house, that kind of off aged white paint that was on the wood. The wooden floorboards could look better on top that he's actually standing on. And there's his girlfriend waiting for Michael Myers to come home from a hard night of slashing. The boots look pretty good, although the kind of jungle green that's showing in the middle of the boot there, is that an accurate kind of colour there? Should it be a bit more green? It looks a bit of that kind of mustard yellowy kind of hint of green in there, but either way, it looks pretty good. There's the iconic image of Mikey when he was, how old was he? 6? I think he was 6. Number 709. That's where he resides. That's his crib. Get a close-up look now on those floorboards. That just looks like a really thin, little quick rush, little bit of varnish they put on top of it, really, rather than actual floorboards. Not too keen on what he's standing on. I like the actual base, like as you go around it with the pictures and the way it looks like the house. That's really cool. But the actual surface he's standing on there, that looks very underwhelming to me. The weathering on the front of the boots looks good. The laces, there they are. It's pretty decent too. Here we have a picture, not a very good one. I guess that's supposed to show you the difference between the clean knife and the bloody knife, although you can't even see it, so good job there, photographer. Jesus, all you had to do was shine a light at the knife. Mask looks good though, but you really can't not see any difference there between those two knives. Now that knife there, the blade of it looks rubbish to me. It just looks like a really fake knife, and the handle of the knife is far too thick for that original 78 Lanson, is that what we call it? But I've had so many of them from Fergo, Distress Labs, Tanila's Customs. You know, a whole bunch of different artists have sent me replicas of that knife in 1/6 scale and 1/4 scale, and that does not look very accurate to me. Bit of an afterthought, if I'm being honest. That's what it looks like. Good detail on his hands. Again, I do like the mask. It's not like, oh, that's the best mask I've ever seen from an official release, but it's very good. It's very good. The pose that he's in, I like it. They should have maybe, I don't think it'd be that difficult to just have an interchangeable magnet arm, so you could easily just kind of detach that arm holding the knife at the shoulder, and then just, well, with the sleeve it might be tricky, but you could have some kind of interchangeable magnet arm, so that if you wanted him to be standing there with the knife just down by his side as well, that could be an option. That would have been a good idea for exclusive. But as we're seeing him now more askew, it does look good. Proportions look good. The statue is quite brightly lit here, so in a more darker setting those coveralls are going to really come alive. I do like that kind of, there is a hint of green in those coveralls. They're definitely more of a charcoal grey, but with a bit of green in there, and with the darker lighting that will come through, and it won't be difficult to make them look blue if you want to. I mean, that Raphael dude on YouTube who I talked about in the last Collector World News video, he's definitely someone to watch out for. I wonder what he'll do to this if he gets it. Speaking of Collector World News, I'm going to do another one of those after this. There is a Once Upon a Time in Hollywood Brad Pitt figure that's being made, and I didn't mention the 3-0 Rambo, so I'm going to talk about that in the next one. Hey, someone's been doing their squats. Yep. Oh, and you got the picture at the bottom there as he's coming through the wardrobe. Very cool. So yeah, it's a nice looking piece. I got no desire to own this myself, guys. You know, I've got a lot of custom 1/6 scale stuff and a fair bit of 1/4 scale Michael Myers stuff as well. I'm pretty satisfied, to be honest. I don't really feel the need to own any of these big statues. There are quite a few options now for collectors out there, and it is fantastic that we do have, you know, all these different options for a 78 Myers. Never thought we'd see the day. That base that he's standing on, the floor really needs a second coat of paint, man. You could do that yourself though, easily. You shouldn't have to. So yeah, guys, those are my thoughts. It looks good, very good. No real complaints from me. Anyone who's getting this, they're going to be in for a pretty strong presence in their collection room. And yeah, it looks really good. $450. Yeah, if you're in the UK and you get it from Sideshow, you're going to get hit with custom charges and probably some pretty heavy import charges as well. This thing is going to weigh a fair bit. There he is next to an apple for size comparison, and then the last picture we'll see the pumpkin lit up and not lit up. Drop a like on the video, folks. Let me know your thoughts. I think this looks great. I don't really have any plans on getting it myself, but anyone who does definitely looks like they're in for a treat. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Always good to hear from you. Take it easy, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.